Hey guys, this is Mara the Reading Hedgehog with my February book haul. I hauled 17 books this month. I actually did pretty good, and so I will just jump straight into these. So first I'm going to show you the new releases I bought, obviously. I don't remember the publication dates of these. I'm filming this before I go to work, but yeah, you can look them up on Goodreads. So the first one I got was The Book of Storms by Ruth Hatefield. I think this is the first book in a planned series. Actually, it doesn't say. It probably is. This is middle grade fantasy. I don't know a whole lot about it other than this kid, like, his parents disappear and then he finds this Book of Storms that's like this magic book, and he goes on this wild adventure, and it sounded really cool, so I got it, obviously. Then I bought Seeker by Arwen Ellis Dayton. This is the first book in the Seeker series. It is a new kind of urban fantasy young adult series. I have read an arc of this, so you will get a synopsis of this with my February wrap-up, because I read it in February. But it involves assassins and ancient legacies and, like, not time travel, but like dimension travel, and it was really interesting and good, and I'll get more into it when I do my wrap-up video. But this, I want to say it came out like March 7th is my guess, but you can look it up on Goodreads to confirm that. Then I bought Monstrous by Marcy Kate Connolly. This is a new middle grade book that's fantasy, kind of reminiscent of Frankenstein and the Brothers Grimm. I know it's about this girl who, like, I think her name is Chimera. So, I mean, she's Chimera, and there's wizards and stuff, and it sounded really good and really cool, and I love this cover, so looking forward to reading that. Then I bought The Shadow Cabinet by Maureen Johnson. This is the third book in the Shades of London series, thankfully not the last. And this one just picks up where the second one left off, and can't tell you anything about it because that would give things away. But I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what happens next to all these characters, especially after ending. I mean, that was just incredible. Then I bought A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, the first book in her new series that is technically adult, but I'm sure a lot of young adults will be reading it. It involves parallel dimension traveling, and I cannot wait to read this. I'll probably read it in March. I love Victoria Schwab's books so much. And then I bought A Wicked Thing by Rhiannon Thomas. This is a fairy tale retelling of Sleeping Beauty. Actually, it's kind of like what happened after Sleeping Beauty woke up. Her happily ever after is not so happy as you would think, but I've heard that it's supposed to be really, really good, and looking forward to reading it. Let's see if I can grab these. Then I bought Completely on a Whim While We Were Watching Downton Abbey by Wendy Wax. This is an adult contemporary novel, and yes, it's paperback. I'm actually becoming a little less adverse to paperbacks. Like, I like my adult books to be in paperback and my young adult in hardcover. Don't ask why. I read this in February, so you'll hear about it in my February wrap-up, but it's essentially just kind of about these three women that their lives aren't going the way they expect them to, and then they kind of connect and bond and find new meaning in life while watching Downton Abbey. It was really fun, and kind of, I don't know, I've kind of been in the mood to read adult contemporaries recently, so it was a really fun one to pick up and buy. Then I bought Wives and Daughters by Elizabeth Gaskell, because this is the February to March read for my Classic for Classics Ladies book club, and I might extend it to April? Yeah, March, April, yeah. I extended it to April just for me, because I actually haven't started this yet. I was late in ordering it. Then I made a trip to Powell's earlier in February because my budget allowed it, and I was just going to do a small trip, and I did do a small trip. I did not come home with a bucket load of books, just a few, and I'm very proud of myself. And the first one I bought was The Never-Ending Story by Michael Ende, another paperback, but I don't think you can get this in hardcover, at least not in English, and I really, really love this book. I I've only read it once, but I remember really, really liking it, so I decided to get it, and it was such good condition, so I got it. Then I bought Fang and Max by James Patterson. This is book 1 and book 2, no. Yes. I remember, these are the two missing Maximum Ride novels that I needed, the companion series that has a different name but doesn't, whatever. These were the two I was missing, so I finally got them, and now I can start reading Maximum Ride. That was my phone. Then I bought The Lux by Anna Godberson, because I have the second book in the Lux series, but I don't have the first, so now I have the first, and now I can start reading the series. The point of my trip was to finish out some series, and I was successful. Then I got Safik by Catherine Fisher. This is the sequel to Incarceron. Love this series, duology, cannot wait to reread it, because the first time through I was just kind of like, what is this? And then I bought The Subtle Knife by Philip Pullman. This is the second book in His Dark Materials trilogy, and now I can finally read this series because I have them all. And I also got The Amulet of Samarkand by Jonathan Stroud, the first book in the Bartimaeus sequence now, because there's a prequel. And I can start reading this series now because it's all complete. Then I bought Abhorsen by Garth Nix, the second book in the Abhorsen cycle. I'm missing book 1 and 2. Now I've got 3 and 4, but I need to get the first 2 before I can read it. But this was there, and it's one more step to getting this series complete. And then finally I bought The Bellmaker by Brian Jock. I'm not sure which number this is in the Redwall series, but it's one more Redwall book, so I'm that much closer to having all of them and being able to read the entire series. I got a long way to go still, but I'm getting there. So those are all the books I bought in February. I'm very proud of how well I did, and hopefully March will be just as tame and all that, and I will see you with my February wrap-up. Bye.